everybody, how are you? Thank you for joining me once again, or if you're new to my channel, hi, how are you? My name is Eleftheria and nice to meet you all. I hope that you are having a beautiful day and you're ready to code a little bit with me. Actually, not a little bit, we are going to code a lot today. I'm planning on doing the FreeCodeCamp JavaScript calculator challenge, and pretty much I'm going to read the user stories and then we will start typing out everything. I'm going to use CodePen, and in the description box you can find everything that you may possibly need. Also, feel free to leave a comment and I will try to look at the comment section as more as I can, so I can answer you and we can have like an interactive, maybe even a video tutorial, so I can answer your question, or if you have some feedback about me, I will try to change things on the fly. Alrighty, let's start with the FreeCodeCamp challenge. And obviously the objective is to build a JavaScript calculator. Now as for the details, you can use HTML, JavaScript, CSS, bootstrap, Sass, React, Regex and jQuery, but I'm going only to use HTML, JavaScript, CSS, bootstrap and some jQuery. User stories. My calculator should contain a clickable element containing the equal signal. Obviously you're going to do that. We can use the ID equals. For the second story we have to have the numbers from 0 to 9. The third story is that we should have add, subtract, multiply and divide. Yes, we will do that. We need to support decimal, yes. And we need to have a button with clear and a display. Again, we are going to do that. And user story 7 says at any time pressing the clear button clears the input and output values and returns the calculator to its initialized state. Yes, as I input numbers, I should be able to see my input in the element with the ID of the display. Yes, we are also going to do that. And in any order, I should be able to add, subtract, multiply and divide numbers. When inputting numbers, my calculator should not allow a number to begin with multiple zeros. Okay, sure, this is something that we have to be careful with. And the same goes with the dot. We only can add one number, then dot, and then the other numbers. I should be able to perform any operation. Obviously, this is these actions are going to be done at first. And yes, I'm not going to read everything else, but basically we need to build a fully functional calculator, and this is what we are going to do. Again, in the description box just below this video you can find all the details that you may need, but for now I'm going to show you what I already have. Don't worry, I haven't read a lot of things, so if you actually want you can just open your CodePen and start typing with me. Let's see what I have. We have body, which actually is not really important if you're typing, I mean on CodePen, because body, head and HTML are already included. But in my case I have body, and then I have a div here with container, fluid and text sender. These are some classes that are coming from Bootstrap. So let's see what I also have here. On the HTML I don't have anything, but on CSS I have Bootstrap and I'm using version 3. Maybe you want to use Bootstrap. I have jQuery on. But after my container, fluid and text sender, I have here a row with calculator, which is my title, and math is fun, which is my subtitle. And then in row I'm going to type everything that a calculator needs. And CSS, I have for the body a background color, which is this purple one, and then a color for the letters, which is like this blue. Okay, and I also have some more colors that probably I'm going to need, like the yellow, the dark blue and an almost white. JavaScript, I just wrote the operators that we're going to need. And yes, now I think that we are ready to typing everything. So the first thing that I want is probably a display, so we can see we are typing. I'm going to start here by adding a div like so, and div I will add my class, and it's going to be top because this is going to be displayed at the top. And then I'm going also to have a span, and here I'm going to add another class, and I'm going to name class clear. We're going to use that in a bit. And after that, probably I will need another div, and this div is going to be the actual screen. So let's add this class as well. Let's one be the screen. Okay, but maybe before doing all these things, I need another. Let's not use a class, sorry, but let's use an ID for this one, and I'm going to have div ID and calculator. Let's close this div here. Okay, I'm going to take that one, and let's end our calculator here. Okay, we got this. Okay, and what else do we have to do? I think that we have the calculator, cool. I think that we have the class top. I'm going to write that in a bit, but first let's go here and add another class. I will name that one keys, as it's going to include all my keys and all the operators and stuff like that. Actually, I can probably write a comment, operators and other keys. Okay, I don't like that thing. Let's do it like so, quite better. And now here I can finally start typing my numbers. Okay. We will start a little bit, not from 1, but from 7, because if you imagine like a calculator, and if you actually notice how the numbers are, you will see that we need to start from 7, 8, and 9. Then I'm going to have a span, but this time we will need to add the plus symbol. And I want to make all the operators like having a different style. So again, I'm going to add a class, and I'm going to name this class operator. Okay, we can actually copy this part and paste it below, but this time we will have the numbers 5 and 6. This time the operator will be the minus. Let's also add the other numbers that we need, like 1, 2, 3, and this time I'm going to have, I want the divide symbol, and maybe I can take this one and I can add this here. Again, if you just joined my live stream, thank you very much for watching, and just leave a comment if you have any question or anything, and I will do my best to answer it. Okay, let's continue. After that one, I'm missing 0, and I'm also missing the dot. And let me think if I'm missing anything else. Okay, obviously I'm missing also the equals. I'm going to name that one eval, so I will also need excuse me, another class for that one. Let's do it like that. And do I need anything else? Yes, I also need the multiply operator. I haven't added that one, so I will add that one with the x. And now I think that I have all my operators, all the numbers. I have the equal, I have the display. Yes, that's it. So now let's start with a calculator and let's start adding our basic CSS. And again, if anyone joined like right now, I have the background color, the purple. I have another color, the blue, which is this one, but I'm also going to use the yellow, the dark blue, and the color that looks like white. You can find these colors in the description box, so you don't have like to figure it out on your own, but obviously you can also write your own colors. Cool, let's add our calculator, which is going to be our first ID. This is going to be unique, so you don't want to have a class for that one. I always like to start with the width and the height, and then I always continue with margin and padding. After that we will add the background color, and you know, stuff like that. But I think that for the width I'm going to use pixels. So yeah, not percentage or something else. And the height, you can't see anything right now because another background color. Probably I could add that like right now. See what we are doing. I think that I want to have like this color, the blue one. Let's do it like that. And now we can see like the numbers and stuff like that, but we will change the colors, so don't worry about it. Let's add the margins because I obviously don't like that one. For the margin, let's use percentage now and auto. Okay. And let's also add some padding. We can do something like 20 pixels, and 20 pixels and 10 pixels. Okay, what we are doing now is that we are adding top, left and bottom padding, but we also need to make it a little bit more round, so I don't like these corners that much, and we can change that with border radius, and let's do it like 50 pixels. I want my calculator to be colorful, so you will see that we are going to use more colors than blue and purple. I think that it's going to be more fun if we have like stuff like that. So maybe we can change a little bit our background and we can do the linear gradient. And I can go with blue as we already have that one here. And then the other color is going to be a yellow one. If you don't like these colors, again, feel free to change them. I just like having something a bit more colorful. Don't worry, we're going to change the style, so bear with me. The numbers are not going to look like that, obviously. So yeah, just bear with me. What else do we need? Let's check out here what we have. We wrote some things about the calculator, maybe later we're going to change something, and maybe now we can work with top, and here we have clear. We can also work with that as well, and then we will work with screen. So I'm going to copy top, let's go back to CSS and add our class here, and also add the clear like so. And then we are going to work with the screen as well. So the only thing that I want here is to have a float on left. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. And after that, I'm going to use not clear, but screen as we said, and I don't want span. So it's going to be like that. Let's check if that's correct. Yes, I don't have a span, so I only have a class screen. Let's take that one. And for the screen, I want to make it look like a little bit like more cool. Obviously now you can't see anything, but we will try to add something on this area up here, so it's going to look like modern and really easy to be used. I will start with the same logic that I did before, which means I'm going to add my height, my width, and then maybe margin and padding. So for the height, I'm just going to have 40 pixels. For the width, I'm going to have, let's say, 212 pixels. The float here is going to be the opposite. So before we had left, now I want to have it as right. I'm not sure if I need margin, but probably I do need padding. I don't want all my things to be like on top of each other. So for that one, I'm going to use 0 for top and bottom and 10 pixels for left and right. Okay. Now we can add also the background color. I'm going to copy and paste it here. I don't want this color because if it's blue, I'm not going to see anything. So I want to change that color probably to the dark blue so we can see what we are doing. And you can see it like right here. Yes, the styling is not very good. Yes, we can do better job, so let's try to make it a little bit prettier. I think with a border radius it already looks a little bit better. Maybe you can also add a box shadow. Probably I'm not going to do that right now, but I'm going to use a little bit like the font size and some other stuff about typography. So let's do that one first. I want something big, so font size is going to be 20 pixels. And other than that, I will use the line height. And again, like if you have any suggestion, feel free to write a comment on me and I will try to check it out as soon as I can. So here the color is going to be white. Okay. Let's do also a text align on right. Okay, and let's also do a letter spacing on 1 pixels. Cool, we have that, and now our display is already done. What else do we need? Probably we need to start working with the keys, but maybe we can also I know what I want. So I want to add for the keys, and oops, not like that. I want to add for the keys and the top class and overflow hidden. Maybe now you don't think it's very important, but as soon as we start typing here things, you will see why we need that. Okay, and now for the keys, I haven't wrote anything yet, but obviously we need to fix up that mess, so we will do that in a bit. Let's start again. Keys and span, but also I will add here the top and span clear. Oops. Span clear. Because we could fix some other stuff as well. Let's start with the float, and this time I'm going with left. Then we want position relative. You will see in a bit why we need all these things. We are actually doing these things so later we can like change how the numbers look, because obviously we want this to be a fully functional calculator, and these things it's barely there. Okay, so the cursor should be probably point there, come on, and I should also add the width and the height. Maybe I should have done that at first. Okay, the height is going to be maybe half of the width, so maybe something like 36. Yes, I know this is not exactly the half of it, but bear with me. The last thing that we want here is to play a little bit with the colors. So let's add the white one and the border radius. We did before like 50 pixels, but I think that now I need something less. So border radius, and let's go with 20 pixels, and if we don't like that, we can always change it. And things has already starting looking like much better. The padding and the border radius are doing an amazing job, but I think at least that we need to add some margin as well. So let's start on top. On top I don't want to add left, I'm going to add 7 pixels, on bottom 11 pixels, and then at least on the right part 0. And yes, I think that it looks quite okay, but obviously we need to do more work. Things are not really well. Okay, let's see what else we can change. We can change the color of numbers. This blue, yeah, I don't like it that much about our numbers. So what can let's do color, and then let's pick something from up here. Maybe I can do the purple one. Okay, so here we have like the purple one. And what else can we do? Maybe we can add some line height, and we can do that as 36 pixels. And then we can do the text line, which is already on center, but let's add that just to make sure that it will work okay. And then I'm going to use user select none. User select is to prevent the selection of text inside keys. And then something else that we could do is to add a transition. So let's go here. I'm going to go with all and 0.2 seconds and ease. You can select other transitions as well, but I think that there is one like just do the job, and we don't want something like really extra here. Okay, I think that's it. Again, if you have like any question, feel free to ask me in the comments below. And we just have some more things to write, some more classes to write to make our calculator look like a professional one. And then also English is not my native language, so sometimes if I say something weird, I'm not sure if I mean it or not. I'm just trying like to express myself as better as I can. Okay, let's go and change the background color for our eval value, and I'm going to do that one, let's say blue. Yeah, let's go with blue, and if I don't like that one, we can always change it. Okay, but now I also want to change the color of the actual sign here. I can go with purple. No, that one was the white one. Let's find the purple one. Was that one? Okay. Cool, we also have that. And let's see what else can we make better. Maybe we can do better a little bit this sign right here. So I will copy the clear class, and let's go here and add that as well. So span.clear, and this time I can change again the background and the color. Just bear with me a little bit more and we will be done with the CSS soon. I know that some people prefer working with JavaScript, other people prefer working with CSS, but obviously if you're working with FreeCodeCamp and if you're doing like a challenge like that, you need to do both of these things. Okay, so here let's change the background. Let's do something more fun. For me, fun means like bright colors, so we will add yellow, and the color here is going to be purple, so I think that we are okay here. Yep, I'm not sure about the color here, but yeah, we will check that in a bit. You can do some hover effects as well, because now you can't see what you're clicking on. Our pointer is changing, but maybe if we do some hover effects, it will be better. I'm not going to do something crazy, but something like really simple, only with hover, and I think that it's going to be okay. Let's take these colors from here. So we will have the blue one. This time I'm going to stick to blue and white. Okay, I think that now we are done. We are okay with that one. And yes. Okay, I just noticed that my internet connection is not very good. If you have like any problems, if you missed something, just leave a comment and I will check it. And I will try to answer you as fast as I can. But now we are in the fun part. We are on the JavaScript part. So I think that I like my calculator. Again, feel free to change it. And if you are recreating the same project as I'm doing it now, please feel free to tag me on Twitter. My Twitter name is Batsou. You will find it on my channel. So feel free to tag me there and show me your project. It will be like really nice to see what you're working on as well. So on the JavaScript, I'm using jQuery, and I wrote my operators just because I didn't want to forget anything. Okay, so let's get all the keys. And I will write actually a comment here so we know what we want to do. Get all the keys from document. Okay, to do so you will need to add var keys and then document dot query selector. Come on, where is it? Okay, it's here, query selector all, probably because we want to select everything. And inside here, oops, okay, so inside here I will take the calculator and our span. So let's copy the calculator, let's go back to JavaScript, and here you need to add the hash, the calculator and the span. Cool, cool, cool. The other thing that we want is for the decimal values. So let's write that right here. We're going to use that a little bit later, but I want to have like all my variables. So decimal added, let's keep that one. And we're going to start with a false value. Obviously, like it's going to be a Boolean, so only a true loop, and add a non-click event to all the keys and also perform all the operations. So pretty much everything is going to be written here on that for loop. It's going to be a big for loop. Okay, the first thing that we want, we're going to start with a very basics. So var I 0, then I less than keys dot length. Come on, where is the length? And I plus plus. Okay, so here we're going to play with the keys and the function. This is really important. We cannot do anything without that one. So keys it's going to be an array. It's already an array, and then we will have the onClick function. So let's type that one as well. And this is going to be also a big function that it will hold a lot of things. we want to get the input and the bottom values. Okay, so the first thing obviously is to write our variables. We have the input, and to take that one we're going to use document.querySelector, and this time we want to take this class, the screen one. So I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste it here. Since it's a class, you need the dot. Before we had an ID, so we took the hashtag, but now we are working on that upper part of our calculator. Okay, let's continue with another new variable that we are going to use. It's going to be called input val, and let's take the input.innerhtml. Okay, and also I'm going to need another variable. Let's call it button value, btn val, and you will see why I need that one in a bit. Okay, cool. Now we need to append the key values, like the button value, to the input string, and finally use JavaScript's eval function to get the result. So if the clear key is pressed, we want to erase everything. So we will start working with that button right here. This button is this one, is the clear button. So I can even maybe I don't need to copy that class, as I'm not going to work with that right now. But the first one that we want is the clear. If this button is clicked, so if btn val equals rc, then we want this to be clear. So input command Innerhtml, and it's going to be cleared. And also we can take now the decimal added. That's this one. I will copy because I don't want to make any mistake, and this will continue to be false. Okay, we have the if. Let's go to the else. If eval key is pressed, calculate and display the result. So now we will work with this button. We already done that one. Let's go to this one. I want here an else. So actually not an else if btn val is clicked, like so. Okay, then let's create a new variable. We will name that one equation, sorry, so we can hold our the things that the user presses. I'm going to input val, like so, and here we need to calculate some, like the last character, so we know what the user has typed, which is the last thing that he typed. To take the equation, it's going to be an array, so we will take equation dot length -1, and again people, oh hi, hello Malaysia. People, you can also write me from which country you're watching like this video right now. So sorry, I just take a look on the comment section, but yeah, feel free to write your comments and write from which country are you watching this video like right now. I'm doing this video from Greece, so it's morning here. You can also type maybe what time is in your country. Okay, so we have here our functions about the equal sign, but we are not yet done. We replace all instances of multiplied and divide with the actual like symbols, and this can be done easily using regex and the g tag, which will replace all instances again like the equation, but equation and replace some stuff. So since we want to replace our symbols, we will take that one as well as the G. And if you are working with FreeCodeCamp, you know that it has a nice section with regex. I have actually worked with that in the past, and if you haven't done that already, maybe you can search a little bit my YouTube channel and you will find all the videos from FreeCodeCamp that I'm doing like these things. So yeah, if you need maybe even a cup, you can do that as well. Okay, so I need to write that one correct. We want to replace some symbols here, as I said, so I think that now should be okay. We will test that in a bit, but first I want to write some more things about the functionality, and then we so the final thing is to go from left to do is checking the last character of the equation, and if it's an operator or a decimal, we can remove it, or we should remove it, as we read on the user stories. So let's do that as well. If operators dot index of, off should be written like so, and let's take the last character and let's check that one, or if the last char is equal with the dot, then we want to take the equation and we will yes, and we will do it like replace, and this time we want to replace the dot with nothing, because we don't want the last thing to be our dot, and to do so we will need to write it something like that. Okay, but if the equation is something like that, then we need to take the input dot inner HTML. Okay, and this time this is going to be eval with equation. Okay, I think that this is also going quite okay. Just to be sure, I'm going to take again my value from here, and I still want the decimal added to be false. Okay, so by now we have like some basic things done, like we can see quite a few things here, but obviously there are quite a few more things just to see everything, how it works. So let's close that part here. I think that this is the correct one. Yes, so we have the if, which was for that button, and we have the else if, which is for the equals button, but we haven't done anything else with our keys and stuff like that. So let's continue with an else if, and this time we will target the operators. So to target the operators, we will need to take the operators dot index of, and be careful here, the of should be with a capital O. Yep, index of, and this time I'm going to take again the btn val, and I'm going to check the value of it if it's greater than -1, then the operator is clicked, so we want to get the last character from the equation. To do so, we need to have a var last char again. I will name it like the same thing, it doesn't matter since the scope is only inside here. What else do I want? I want to take the input val, and again I'm going to do the same thing as I did before. So take the input val and what else? Length th -1. Okay, we got this. Now only add operator if input is not empty and there is no operator at the last. So this is what we're going to do right now. If input val is different than nothing, and if operators dot index of has like a last character. Okay, so then we can take the input val, sorry, not the input val but the input, so that should be like so. So now we can take the input dot Innerhtml and we can do it like so, btn val, and we are okay with that. Now we also want to allow minus if the string is empty, because the user can type either a number from here or he can start typing minus. These are the only two things that the user can do as soon as he like start using our calculator. After he types some numbers or the minus, then he can continue like doing other stuff as well. But let's try to fix that one. So else if input val and again like btn val is equals to minus, maybe you don't need that one, then the input is going to be the same. Okay, and maybe one of the last things that we want is to replace the last operator if it exists with the newly pressed operators. So let's do that as well. I'm going to use an if here, and this time I'm going to get the operators dot index of. I think that every time I misspelled index of. I don't know why I misspelled it every time, but I do. Okay, last car, and let's check that one as well. Okay, input, no, I want the input of val dot length. And guys, if you see me like misspelling something, just let me know, because I haven't tested that. Because I haven't tested the calculator that much, and maybe I have typed something wrong. I hope I didn't, but yeah, let's see in a bit that we're going to test it. HTML and input val dot replace, and we're going to replace that one. So I will take the dot and the dollar symbol, and then we need the btn val. So let's do that simple replacement. Okay, cool. Let's also add once again the decimal added value, which is going to be false. Okay. I think that we are getting one step closer. we have done the functionality with the clear, the equal here. We can see the numbers, but we're still missing quite a few things. I think that we need to work a little bit more with a dot. So now only the decimal problem is left. We can solve it easily using a flag like the one that we are working on with the decimal added, which will set once the decimal is added and to prevent more decimals to be added once it's set. It will be reset when an operator, eval or clear key is pressed. So let's work a little bit with our dot right here. Let me see if I have closed that correctly. So it's our else if here. Okay. I will add one more else if, and this time, we are going to work with the dot. So Boolean val, if it is on the dot, then we want to check if it's true or false. To do that, I'm going to take the value here and do it like so. Everywhere it was false, we haven't changed that value, so now it checks if it's true. If it's true, okay? If it's true, we will take the input dot Innerhtml, and then you need the plus and btn val. Okay, and now you need to change that value to true, and this is why we kept this variable everywhere. Okay, we are done here. That we want to check is if any other key is pressed, if any other key is clicked. So if input dot Innerhtml btn val, and pretty much that's it. We can also prevent like page jumps and stuff like that. Sometimes this prevent default that I'm going to type like right now, it depends on your browser, it depends on the CodePen or like the JS Fiddle or anything else that you're using. Prevent default, so maybe you don't, but it depends. Okay, let's do it like so, and let's save that one. Okay, come on, what's going on here? Come on, don't know what happened, but clearly this is not correct because we missed out everywhere. Oh, come on. Hey, I just saw the comment. How are you? Cool. Sorry, I was distracted a little bit by the comments. Let's see what's going on here and if CodePen is missing something or not. I'm going to comment these two things right here because before that it's fine, but now I can't see anything. Come on, CodePen, what's wrong? Let me take everything. Sorry. So, because I don't know what's going on, I will try to do a refresh. That CodePen stuck, or I don't know what happened. So, okay, pen saved. Okay, finally it saved. Doesn't show us anything. What I'm going to do really quickly. Come on, come on. Yes, okay, we have it. Thank you, CodePen. Yes. Cool, let's see what we have. Let's click on 7. Okay, let's click on plus. Okay, on 1. And then equal. We get the result. It's 8. Yeah, it's working. Let's clear that one. It's working fine. Let's go with 8 minus 5. Yes, it's working. Let's go with 9. Let's go with x2. Yes. 4 divided by 2. Yes. So all our actions are working as they should work. Let's go with 2.5 and multiply that one with 2. It works fine as well. We have 5 here, so let's type again 5. This is how it should work. Let's now go with dot. Okay, I'm going to try to click dot once again, and I can. This is how it should work. Correct. Let's go 5 once again and divided that one, let's say, with 4. We're getting like this number right here, but it does seem to work fine. I think that we did everything that FreeCodeCamp want us to do. And yeah, if you have any question, now it's the time to ask it, cause yeah, we are done. And if you had like any problems or anything, again, leave me a comment either here or on my Twitter. I will try to check everything as soon as I can. Thank you very, very much for watching, and please don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. It will be like really nice seeing you once again. So thank you very much for watching. Have a beautiful day.